This is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today as we break it down with Miss Sarah Fraser.
David. Oh my gosh. David, per usual, adore you. I look forward to it. And we just have such magical chemistry, I have to say. And I almost bought that same sweater. So Miss Yontif is in the know, looking gorgeous, looking spelt this holiday season.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I fell off the wagon a little bit. I feel like, I had a day or two of eating.
Well, you should. It was the Thanksgiving holiday. My God, for God's sakes, treat yourself to some extra mashed potatoes and gravy.
I don't know. And well, that's how this all started. So my face is, listen, we're heading in the wrong direction, but let's not beat ourselves up here. I just had a cancellation. I'm still in Miami. No, thank God. Sarah,
I know you have
thank
10,000 interviews in the can.
This week there was 10 interviews. Now there's 9. That's still like too many. So I wish that all my shows were like this, where I can just say, I'm just gonna tell Sarah to fuck off if I'm tired. It's like, this makes my life. Guys, can we just have Sarah every day and forget everything else? Because my life would be easier.
I kind of love that because we have great chemistry. I was going to say, you're going to live a very long time, but when you're 86 and you die, much like Leslie Jordan's family is doing, I'm going to have to go on your goddamn social media and release a new episode every year for like 2 years to keep your memory alive. And you'll have so much. I'll go through your computer. There'll be so many fucking old interviews. I mean, my God, we're going to get you until even years after you've passed.
I love that. Now, by the time this comes out, everyone will have already heard the interview, so I could reveal it this past Monday. I just hung up with the one, the only Countess Luann.
I have to, because I know you and Lou sort of know each other. I got to meet Lou. I love her. I mean, she has stood the test of time. How was the Countess?
Well, speaking of which, first of all, it's funny. I was looking. Luann has been on my show 6 times, and people want to know why I think Luann is. Luann is so good to me. I love her. Speaking of which, what are you doing in December, girl? Get your tickets to the El Rey Theater to go see the Countess. I'm not going to be there. She's coming to LA, girl.
Wait, but I'm leaving town December 11th. My guess is she's probably coming after that.
Let me look into this for you on Countess and Friends.
I'm saving all of my nights for my husband to watch my son for when you get to town.
When I'm there.
We have a huge list of, yeah.
We have a huge thing. Listen, we went down the usual, sometimes, listen, when Luann comes on, it's always to promote the cabaret app, whatever. Let's promote and let's sell tickets, girl. But, we actually had a lot to talk about this time. We had to talk about, Welcome to Crappy Lake, which was literally, that's the name of that show. Sonia and Luann, Welcome to Crappy Lake, which was announced at BravoCon. I know, Sarah.
What's that in reference to?
That is their spinoff show. I guess
What's Crappy Lake?
I'm thinking, I should have asked her. We had a lot of other things to get to. I assume that is the location, that they're in a town with less than 7,000 in Chicago. Maybe it's on Crappy Lake. That's the name of it. I assume that's a real place and they just didn't come up. I'm not sure about this title, but Luann said it was a comedy and it's something different for her and Sonia. Look, I am loyal to Luann. I'm going to watch it. So we talked about the new show. Then we had to go into Legacy, all the rumors, look, of course nothing's confirmed, but then the way she was talking in like the sentences, it was like as if her and Dorinda and Kelly Ben-Simone, she's like, well, we haven't seen Kelly in a long time, so she's going to be interesting to watch. I'm like, all right, but listen, nothing is really like, I truly don't, I don't believe the girls know. I really don't think they're going to know soon, but look, it's happening and it's going to be those 5. It's going to be Dorinda, Sonia, Luann, Jill, and Kelly. And then we're going to add 1 or 2 more. She doesn't know much about these rumors that Tinsley is playing hard to get. Listen, at preparation for my interview with Luann, if you go down and pull up every single person who was on RHONY, not friends of, because we're not going to do a friend of, there's really no friends of, and you start to eliminate, as Luann says, as you all heard this past Monday, by the time you hear this episode, she says, we have to eliminate people that crap on the show. But true, we're not going to take Carol. We're not. Just that's not the vibe they want.
a dig at Carol, Bethenny, Carol and Bethenny, I guess, really, right?
Carol and Bethenny. And then no offense to them, like we were going to rule out like Jules Weinstein, like Cindy Barshop. We have the real small potatoes. But we're not going to take Leah. I mean, she was just there. She's no legacy. I love Ebony, but she's one season. Is I like it really comes down to they need Tinsley, and then Luann agrees, like we need 6 or 7. The real 2 that are left, the only 2 to really consider are Aviva or Kristen Tateman. They're not going to take Heather. And I think they would have definitely taken Heather Thompson if she didn't go back and have this whole strange exit with all this woke stuff.
Well, yeah, it just didn't, right. It didn't fit. And Heather sort of tried to broker it, and then they kind of threw it back.
And I love Heather. Heather is one of my, go and listen to my, Heather is fucking so real. I loved Heather on the show many times. It's not going to be her. So we have Aviva or Kristen, and I think Aviva gets it over Kristen if we're going to go with 7. They might just
Aviva would be good. Aviva, I mean,
right.
Lord, when she took that leg off in that scene, it was just epic. I mean, Aviva's kind of epic.
So we talked about that. We talked about how do you feel about Ramona saying she quote unquote, listen, this was Luann, and Luann is look, the class with the Countess is a real thing. Luann doesn't really get down and dirty all the time because she's politically correct. But this time I'm like, listen, I got 9 fucking interviews this week. It was 10. I really am just exhausted. I don't have time. So I'm not going to treat you with Kit. We're going there. What do you think of Ramona quitting? Did she really quit, girl? Because a lot of people think she was fired, not asked that.
And what did Lou say?
Look, she's like, does it even really matter? I mean, she's not going to be there, and, don't count her out just yet. But I mean, she's like, look, I don't know, but she knows.
Well, okay. That was my theory. That was my theory on our show, on our podcast. Yeah, but I think they're going to bring her back. I don't think it was like that big of a fight. I think that it was because of whatever transactionally happened, or, we know, right? Ebony logged a complaint. There was an investigation. Nothing came of it, but there was still that investigation. They are completing.
Although, do we really know that? Because like every time Ebony's been on my show, I mean, Ebony has never. I asked her when she was on my show. Was it on
Ramona? Ramona did. Ramona. Carlos Kings.
Yeah, but I mean, has Ebony ever confirmed it? I'm not sticking. I don't think so. When Ebony was on my podcast, her statement was like, should something really be out there that deals with HR? Like if you went to HR in any other company to lodge a complaint, it wouldn't be company-wide knowledge. I mean, she has a point. I'm just saying, look, do I think it's that happened? Yeah, I do. Of course. I mean, I think that Ebony's never said that, just for the record.
All right. Well, that's probably true, but I still think I've said this before. I think Ramona could be back for sure. I think Ramona